Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hammonds Hobbies. My name's Glenn and today I'm going to show you my completed set of Eccellenza 2023. So let's get right into it. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been smashing up the like button and to all the new subscribers out there. I really do appreciate every single one of you. But I don't want it to stop there. Please, please, please keep smashing up the like button. If you like this type of content, we do F1 cards here and I want to help grow the F1 card market in the UK and around the world. So continue to smash that like button up to help the algorithm. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name's Glenn. I like to collect F1 cards. Make sure you subscribe. You can also find me over on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all with the name Hammonds Hobbies. And you can also join the Facebook group, which is called F1 Sports Cards, where there's over 3,500 members. So make sure you join that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask the group. If I can't answer it, I'm sure one of the guys will be able to help you out. So I have a couple of announcements in this video, so make sure you stay tuned right to the end because I will be telling you how you can win one of these yourself. So just bear with me. So this is a binder which is called the White Edition. I know many of you are going to comment below saying, Glenn, what binder are you using? This is a Vault X binder. As you guys know, I use Vault X binders for all of my F1 card collections. But this one's a White Edition. It has white pages as well as the book being white. So it's a special edition release. I don't know if they still sell it on their website. I actually bought about 4 or 5 of them when it came out, so I don't know. You'd have to check out Vault X website. There is a link in the description down below. You get £10 off, or 10%, sorry, off your first order with them. So feel free to use that if they still have some of these available. I'm not too sure. But let's have a little look at the cards inside themselves, shall we? We start off with this beautiful looking Eccellenza set. Well done to Topps. This is the best looking card set that Topps have ever made for F1. I really like Sapphire 2020. I've always said that that's the best looking set, but I'm sorry, I have to say that this has taken its place on that mantle. This is the best looking base set that I believe that you can complete in any F1 card collection. That's my opinion. Comment down below if you disagree with me. I'd love to hear any of your thoughts. So we start this set off with what they call the Eccellenza cards. Now it's very hard to get it on camera, but you'll see there, look, do you see that Max Verstappen and Sergio? There's like a fluorescent film over the front of all of the cards, so they have sort of like a shine to them when you shine them in certain lights. It's very difficult to get it on camera, especially with these lights that I have here, but just trust me when I say in person, when you sort of look at the set, it does look beautiful. I'm sure it comes across on the camera as well. But we have obviously the 20 drivers, as you would imagine, so all 20 drivers are represented in the Eccellenza subcategory. We then move over to the veterinary cards. A lot of people are a bit mixed about the veterinary cards. Some people like them, some people don't. Just a quick story behind this. So there are no logos featured on these veterinary cards or the legends. That's because F1, the licensing holder of these, said, look, you can't use images of these guys. They've got cigarettes, they've got alcohol advertising all over their kits. We're not allowed to advertise that in certain countries around the world, most countries nowadays. So we can't feature them. So Topps have come back with this solution of removing their company logos. That way they're not advertising any brand in particular, but we still get to be able to collect cards of veterans in the sport from way back when I was little. So I applaud Topps for doing this and coming up with that workaround. I'm glad they've featured them in the set because our choices are either them to not be featured at all in any Topps product, which means they will never have a fully licensed image of these. You'd have to go back to unlicensed products from years ago, or to have it this way with the logos removed. So I would rather have them in the set than without. So I'm glad Topps have come up with this workaround. Well done to the Topps team for coming up with that workaround, like I say. And I want to see more of these. I'd love to see more of the Legends featured in these sets. We then move over to the La Squadra subcategory, which is obviously, as you would imagine, the squad. So it features both drivers from each team. There's 10 of those cards. Now, up until this point, the subcategories are fitted in my 12-page binder beautifully until we move over to the La Squadra section. Now there's 10 images, and then the next subcategory has 3. So there's 2 on this side, which are the rookie cards for Logan Sargent and Nick DeRees. And then we have probably the biggest chase in this set, which is Oscar Piastri. This is his first rookie card featured in any Topps hobby product. So this is a very sought after card. To give you an example, a lot of these cards sell for around £10 to £15. Oscar Piastri is selling for about £50 to £70 comps as of recording this video. So you can tell he's more desirable by like 5x than all the others. So that's quite an important card to pull if you're looking to complete a set. We also have these triumphant cards, or Triumfo cards. They are like the race winners in Formula One currently on the grid. So we have Max, Sergio, Lewis, George, Leclerc, Sainz, Lando. Then we move on to what I would say are the best looking cards in the set, and that is the Supremo cards. They have these really cool swirls in the background. As well as that, they feature the 3 world champions that are currently on the grid in their helmets, which I quite like. I quite like their helmets being on show in artworks of these cards. Also the car, their team logo. So there's actually quite a lot in these cards, quite a lot of detail. And something that someone pointed out to me the other day is, depending on what subcategory they're in, the actual border is different. So I'm not going to be able to pick this up very well on camera, but if I show you this Carlos Sainz, if you look at the border going around the edge of the card, and then you move over to a different category, they're different. See, that one's in squares, these ones are in swirls, some of them are in triangles. So the actual border is different. So there's just nice little details about these cards you'd only pick up on if you really sat there and looked and observed the card. So just really beautiful detail in these cards. I love the artwork in the background of some of these. I say that the border is different on each of them. I love obviously the Italian naming of each subcategory rather than it just being in English. I think it's just a really nice touch. We then move over to the Le Passion cards. So these are some of the drivers that are not represented as much as they are in the previous ones. So they have their own subcategory. So they're all evenly represented. Now, something to point out, there is 59 cards in this set. It may look like I've missed a gap here, but I've just done that because then that fits on that page perfectly. But there is 59 cards in this set in total. If you include the autographs, which feature Alan Prost, Nigel Mansell and David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher does not have an autograph. So these 3 here have autographs. If you add those in, it comes to 61 cards. Now, there are 14 relics. If you don't know, the relics are actually collected by a beautiful lady called Hannah from Topps. She goes around the world chasing teams and drivers for their autographs and for the relic race worn kits. She has to get them locked in with a time and date for different teams, different countries, different Grand Prix throughout the year. So it's very difficult to accumulate all the relics in one hit a week before the set comes out. So these are accumulated a year, maybe 6 months, 3 months before the set even gets printed. What that means for you and me is that not all the drivers have relics. The only drivers that have relics are ones that are in the same team that they were in the year before. So that means if there's any new drivers on the grid or any drivers that have changed teams over the last year, they do not feature a relic because Topps haven't had time to go and get their brand new relic kit from that driver race worn. So that means that out of these 20 drivers, there are 14 relics in total. I will tell you the ones that haven't got relics. That is Oscar Piastri, because he's a new rookie for this year, brand new driver. Fernando Alonso, changed from Alpine to Aston Martin. We have Pierre Gasly, changing from AlphaTauri to Alpine, so he hasn't got a relic. Nick de Vries, obviously a rookie for this year. Nico Hülkenberg was not new to F1, but new to Haas this year. Then we have Logan Sargent, obviously, again, a rookie for this year's set. All of the other drivers, because they were in the same team that they were at the year before to this year, they do contain relics. So that brings me neatly on to the end of this collection, and that is the relic collection. So this is the 14 relics that you can complete in this set. These are mostly all base relics. What do I mean by base relics? I mean that they're not parallel. So to give you an example, I've included a couple in here to show you. We've got Lance Stroll in and out of 49. So the card is a different color to the normal base one. The base ones are all gray, but this 49 are blue and the 99s are green. The outer 75s are like a dark blue gray color. And then you have one of ones which are gold. And then you also have outer 10s which are red. But the relics, most of them are just plain patches, most of them. But randomly, there are ones that actually feature 2 tone effects, 3 tone effects, multi-layers, different thicknesses, different logos. So to give you an example, this Yuki Tsunoda, I believe this is either part of his sock or part of his balaclava. Look how thick and bubbly that is versus, say, the normal patches, which are just flat fabric. So that is a thicker relic than all the others. As well as that, you have ones like this beautiful Esteban Ocon. Sorry about the dodgy camera work. You can see there that relic is like a triple patch. So it has 3 different layers, obviously coming from that Alpine kit, as well as this Albon that has 2 different layers. So a lot of people are chasing some of these relics, and in the past you used to just chase the rarity of the card. So what I mean by that is a 1 of 1 card relic or non-relic would be more valuable than an out of 5 or an out of 10 or an out of 75. But this one is a bit different. People are actually looking at the relic, the bit of fabric that you get in the card, and some of them look better, like this Esteban Ocon. This looks better than a lot of these out of 99s, 49s, 25s, 1 out of 5s. So this patch here would add value to this collectible card. So I don't know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. What do you think? Would you rather chase a card that has a lower rarity print run on it? Or would you prefer a card that just has the nicest relic? Because some of the base relics look better than some of the parallel ones. I've noticed a common denominator is the out of 25s, which are the purple relics. They seem to have a lot of variations in color, thicknesses, patches. So I would love to get a whole set of out of 25 relics together. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Would you prefer to have the lower rarity card or a nicer patch? Comment down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Now, that's the end of that set. I said at the beginning of this video, I will be disclosing a way where one of you guys might be able to get one of these. What I'm going to be doing is, I've actually valued the complete set of this at £999, so £1,000. Now, you may say, hang on a minute, Glenn, how have you come to that figure? If you work out there's about 60 cards, even if you value them at £10 a card, which I've already explained that some of these are going for way more than that, then you're already at £600 as it is. So I believe this set is worth about £1,000 if you include all the Lewises, the Maxes, the Oscar Piastris that are worth a bit more money. Some of these are going for £15–20, so I think about £1,000 is correct. It's between £1,000 to £1,200. That's what I value a complete set of this at. Now that's for all the 59 cards at the beginning. The relics, on the other hand, obviously they are the Max, Lewis, George, Lando. They are going for and Leclerc signs. They're going for like £100 each. So we've got like 14 of them here. So that's another 1,400. So I've actually listed these sets. You can actually purchase this collection. I have the base set, because I actually have a couple of base sets completed, for £9.99. I also have the entire collection, which is all the cards plus the relics, up for £1,999, so £2,000. I believe this is good value for money because, like I say, if you sat there and valued these, now admittedly, some of them like Stroll, Magnussen, Yuki, Bottas, they only sell for about £30 to £40. Hence why I've come to that figure of £1,999 rather than £1,400 added on top of the 1,000, so it should be £2,500. So I think it's a good value for money. I think if you was to start this collection and buy the cards individually from eBay, it's probably going to cost you that anyway. And then you've got to hope on no item not received cases and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so that's what I value this set at. I will be running on my Whatnot page a repack sale of Eccellenzas. I've never done a repack sale. I did a mystery box sale once, and there was a little bit of confusion and a little bit of uproar with me restacking the boxes halfway through the stream. I've learned from my mistakes. So what I'm going to do with this one is I have a bunch of base and relics as well as parallels that I'm going to be included in a repack Eccellenza sale. That means that every single card in all of these boxes are all going to be Eccellenzas. There's not going to be any other sapphires or chrome or anything like that. So it's going to be purely a repack sale. What that means is that I've gone through and I've put cards in which I think are about the equivalent value as to what I will be selling the boxes for, which are going to be about £40 to £50. Now you may say, why would I take part in that? I'm going to be including relics and parallels which are worth way more than the £50 per box. So like Max Verstappen out of 75 relic with a Red Bull logo, I'm going to be included in these sets. And for one of these boxes, I'm going to be including this entire set, the base set of the 59 cards. So £1,000 set I'm going to include in one of these boxes. All of the boxes will be sellotaped and numbered. They will be on screen the entire time. When somebody purchases one of these, I will do a spin the wheel over on Whatnot. Whatever number that lands on, that will be the number box that you get. I will then open it up live on camera and we will see what cards are included for your price. So I have an Alan Prost out of 25 in this one and an out of 49 AlphaTauri. I believe this card's worth £80 to £100 and I think this is probably worth £30 to £40. So that's 130, let's call it 100 quid's worth of cards, and I'm going to be selling that for £50. I think it's going to be great value for money. As well as that, there's going to be a chance to hit that £1,000 complete set in the binder. So make sure you join me over on Whatnot tomorrow night. That is Sunday. What date are we on today? As of recording this video, it's Saturday morning, December the 2nd. On December the 3rd, 7 PM UK time, I will be doing my Eccellenza repack sale over on Whatnot. If you would like to pre-buy, if you can't take part at that time, I know that many of you are watching from around the world, make sure you drop me a message over on Instagram or on Facebook and say, Glenn, I would like to pre-buy some of those boxes. They will be £50 each. And like I say, you will almost guaranteed to get £50 worth of cards, but some of you are going to pull cards that are worth a lot more. I will be creating a spreadsheet with every single box and what is in each box. but I just won't be disclosing the numbers that are featured on the box, which I'm going to write live on camera in front of everyone, so nobody can accuse me of prompting which box has what in card in it and signaling to people. I'm going to be sellotaping them all. To me, they're all going to look the same, and I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to write, I think I've got about 20 or 30 boxes. I'm going to write all their numbers on there live on camera, then stack them in front of the camera on screen, and then do a spin the wheel, which obviously I have no control over the wheel. So random people are going to pull random boxes with random numbered cards. So there's no possible way that anyone can accuse me of anything. There you go. So make sure you get involved in that. Make sure you use the link in the description down below to get £10 of free credit on Whatnot. So you could use that towards this sale if you want to get involved. I will be going live tonight over on Whatnot. I'm going to be doing the sticker album collections, as well as doing some spin the wheels for some actual sealed boxes of Eccellenza. But I will be advertising these repack boxes over on the Whatnot page for tomorrow night. So make sure you get involved. Love to see you there. Comment down below what you think of the Eccellenza set in total. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And what do you think about those patches? That's it from me. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.